Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Preschool All-Stars podcast. I'm Bethany Johnson, and I am joined today by Sherrell Widgeon. How are you doing today, Sherrell?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to hear what you got going on. First, can you give us a little background about what was going on before you decided to start your preschool journey?
Yes. So before I started the Learning Factory Academy, I was just a preschool paraprofessional in a school in my local school district that I actually graduated from. And while I love what I do, working with the children, the long, tedious, tiresome hours has, just been wearing me down. Um, so I decided to start venturing out and looking into more options, whereas I can be home a little bit more with my son, who is now turning 8, actually in July. um, so I want to be home with him when he's coming home from school, so that way I'm able to do homework with him and to, be able to go to educational activities with him and so forth. And I came across Joy's preschool book on Facebook. And I said, hey, well, let me give it a try. Let me look into it. Let me look at some more of the information. And that's pretty much how I got started.
Okay. Did you, when you saw it, where you're like, wait a second, that's something I could do? Or were you hesitant about it?
Um, At first, I was hesitant about it because I really wasn't exactly sure all that went into it, if I was able to do it, being that I was still working in district, or if I had to, if I was able to multitask. And so once I looked into it a little bit more, I signed up and I received her free book. I started to read it. Once I received it, I joined the free group of the preschool systems, and I got a little bit involved. Then I realized, hey, I can do this. All I have to do is, put my mind to it, stay focused, set some little goals, and, keep moving forward. In addition to, while I was working into, my district job.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're doing both right now.
Yes.
So are you doing I'm guessing you're doing it online then.
So during the school year, I'm working online.
Okay.
After my school district job. And during the summertime, I'm doing in-person camp.
Nice. At your house?
No, actually out in the local community. This will be my second year doing an in-person camp. This year I've actually rented 3 different locations, which they're all like fun kids places.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to add the gross motor component into it. So we're doing it at kids' places that have like the jungle gyms into it, the movies, and so forth.
Ooh, okay. I like this. Tell me a little more about it. What's the schedule you have for summer?
So I'm doing a Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And of course, it's all Eastern Standard Time. And the parents come and they drop their children off. I have on Mondays, we're at a place called Kids Empire, which is a brand new brand that is popping up now everywhere. It's a big, huge jungle gym center that has a lot of climbing, a lot of running space, and the children are just amazing. They're able to climb, they're able to go down big, ginormous slides. Um, and the catch with this place is it's $15 to enter, and you have access to it all day. So you can come and go all day as long as you have your receipt.
Wow. So you're the first person I've talked to who's doing it at different places and places like that in the community. So that's really cool. So do you just pay for that for them and include that in your tuition price?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. And then do you stay there the whole time, and do you have like your story time or your circle time while you're there?
Yes. So with that being said, that's on Mondays. And then I'm sorry, I'm just gonna run through really
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
the rest of my days. Then Tuesdays are my movie days. So we go to our local movie theater, we see a movie. After the movie, we go into the food court and we have lunch together. Then Wednesdays we're at another fun place. It's called We Rock the Spectrum, and it's another indoor kids gym. Um, in the back, there's a private party room. We go in there first. We do our learning lesson. We come out into the gym, for a little gross motor time. We go back in, do learning part two, and then afterwards we'll end up back in the gym for maybe around like the last 30 to 45 minutes. And then on day 4, which is Thursday, we're back at our local movie theater, but in the party room. So everything is just, in one private room. And so in each of the places, I have the play places to myself for that duration of the time.
Wow.
And so how I bill it into my tuition is I add a good portion of it into my tuition. And I say a good portion because I don't want to make it an astronomical price where it's
Hmm.
out of reach for my families. I know a lot of my families, still trying to take summer vacations. I actually have one family right now that has 2 children that are signed up. So I don't want to make it out of reach, but I do want to make it whereas it's enough and
That
I'm
you
able
make a
to
profit.
sustain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So how much do you charge?
So right now I have it as 170 for the duration of the 6 weeks. And realistically it's 5 weeks because the first week is at my local church. We have Vacation Bible School that week. So it's basically a free week. And
Wow,
then
that's still
that
cheap.
next week, yes, yes. So
Wow,
that
okay.
next week,
Did you partner with these places that you're going to get special deals?
yes, I did.
Cool. Cool. Wow.
Yes.
I haven't even thought about that. That's super cool. And how many kids do you have?
I have a total capacity for 8. Right now I have 5. So I
Okay.
have 3 spots left open.
Okay.
Um, and I have no hesitation that I will fulfill my last 3, probably with a waiting list once my Vacation Bible School starts on July 11th, which also in addition is my first week of camp.
Hmm. And so this is the second year that you've done it this way with this model, going to different places.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Last year I only did 2 locations.
Okay.
This year I added on a third location. Um, and it's working. You have
Yeah.
to find something, you have to find a niche. And like I said, I wanted to add in my gross motor component because I
Mhm.
didn't have that accessibility or the availability as far as space last year. And so I kind of researched and kind of figured out what was missing. And it was just all about the space. I didn't have the space in my places that I held it at last year. So when I went looking this year, I looked for a location whereas I would have enough space, not necessarily just a gym, not necessarily a play place, but that's just what it came down to be.
I mean, that's like a kid's dream anyway. They love those
Right.
places. Wow. Okay. So tell me about your online school then.
So my online school runs from September until June, and it runs from 4, depending on how many students I have and how many classes I have. But I had 2 classes. One was a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that just so happened to be for my younger children. My younger children, meaning 3-year-olds, and my threes turning 4s, and that was for 1 hour. So from Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 4 to 5. Um, and then my Tuesdays and Thursdays, again, it just so happened to be like this, was for my 5s. Those that were miss kindergarten, the cutoff for kindergarten,
Yeah.
or my 4s turning 5, going into kindergarten. So it just happened to fall like that. I didn't necessarily place them like that,
Hmm.
even though that was what I wanted.
Yeah, it does work
But
out nice.
it just happened like that, and it worked out very well because I was able to do a little bit more with my younger children because they were separated,
Mm-hmm.
and I had them for a longer length of time. I had them for that 1 hour, so I was able to do my full circle time. I was able to do a craft and more wiggle time because,
Mm-hmm.
with the 1 hour, I had a couple parents that said, "Hey, you know, little Johnny might not be able to sit for this long because, it's kind of long." And I
Mm-hmm.
said, "No worries, I will work with you, but please just give me a chance."
Mm-hmm.
And after the first or second class, there was no more little Johnny can't sit.
Yeah.
There was several days where I went over my 1 hour time
Yep.
or like hour 15, hour 20, just because we were so engaged and the kids didn't want to leave. And
Mm-hmm.
even like the last 10 minutes was more so just, all right, let's say bye, let's let's talk about what we enjoyed about today.
Mm-hmm.
And we were still there.
Yeah, you know what? I find it so funny that parents, a lot of preschool parents I've heard like, oh no, my kid can't sit through, even a
Hmm.
half an hour class online. And I'm like, I know your kid sits in front of YouTube for a lot
Yes,
longer than a half an hour. And I know they
absolutely.
sit in front of that TV for a half an hour. And we're like in class getting up and dancing and it's
Hmm.
engaging and they're talking to people. So why would you think that that would be any different if they can sit in front of a screen and watch, YouTube? They can sit in front of a screen and have fun in class. Blows my mind that doesn't connect, but absolutely they can do that. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you
Yes.
have a niche for your online program?
Yeah. So my niche is learning with social emotional, but also with print rich environment. So
Hmm.
everything that we did, I tied it into print rich.
Okay.
Um,
And
and
what
what
does
I
that
mean,
entail?
right? And what I mean by that is no matter if we were doing literacy, no matter if we were doing math or a story, I tied it into something that was relatable to them at their age, especially for my younger ones. Something that they could go and be hands on with. So we did a lot of getting up. We did a lot of searching in our house to go grab something, bring it back to the computer,
Mm-hmm.
and show a lot of show and tell. We did a lot of color hunts. We did a lot of outside, like scavenger hunts. So, in addition to that, with my older children on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because they were older, they were a little bit more advanced, they were reading. Um, so, with that being said, when we're reading and going through stories or going through lessons, I would tie it into, hey, have you ever saw this before? But where did you see it at? Well, can you tell me what it means? And then we will talk about a lot of labels and logos and things of that nature. So
Mm-hmm.
just tying it in and making it identifiable and making it relatable to something that is familiar with us.
Yeah, which is so important for kids to understand. It's funny, like even today we were reading a story with 4th of July coming up, and it was about like pie or something.
Hmm.
And as my teacher was reading it, I realized like, oh, wait, no, some of these kids don't even know what pie is. They've never had pie or they don't understand what we mean by pie. So we had to stop and, talk about pie, which you just don't think about these things that some of,
Right.
for different cultures or just, I mean, different people don't, have different things, different experiences. And if we're just throwing stuff at them and half of them aren't even understanding, what we're talking about because they have no context in their life to know that, they're not going to understand what you're reading about.
And so depending on what culture it is, they may even call it something different.
Exactly. Yep.
I know one little student I had before in my district job, they used to eat pie in the morning.
Mm,
So
mm-hmm.
whereas like in America, we would eat pie for
For
dessert
dessert.
in the
Right. Yeah.
evening,
Mm-hmm.
but in their culture, and I can't remember exactly where they were from, but in their culture, they would eat it in the morning. It's sort of kind of like a Danish.
Yeah. Or like a
And now,
quiche type thing. Yeah.
or like a quiche. And
Or
I
in
was
the
like,
UK, they have
ooh,
like meat pies. So it's a
yes,
totally different context than what we use it in.
yes. That was really interesting. And it sparked my brain as well because I'm not used to seeing that.
Yeah. They teach you that when you're a teacher in the district, they teach you that even though all of their standardized tests like completely forget all of that, but like
Mhm.
they mention that in your teacher training and stuff. But it's hard to remember when you're, going into a lesson that there are so many things that you need to step back and explain and scaffold before they
Yes.
can even understand the very basics of what you're teaching. And you kind of learn that more as you go. But like even today, I was like, pie, didn't even think that I needed to explain pie.
No.
I have to explain those things. Yeah, totally. So how much do you charge for your online class?
So for my online classes, for my one day, well, not one day, but for my Monday, Wednesday, Friday for my younger children, I was charging $97.
Okay.
And for my Tuesday and Thursday, I was charging $67. And for my founding students, I had two founding students, they would charge at $47.
Okay. Cool. So how many students do you have all together now?
So right now, because we're in the summer months
Mm-hmm.
and we're in summer camp right now, I have five.
The five. Yep. And are they continuing with you for fall in the online?
Well, two of them are in district,
Okay.
district school. And so the other three are perspectives. And yes, I do intend for them to continue.
Awesome. And how did you find your students either for local or online?
Well, two of them are from my previous summer camp. And the other two were from word of mouth.
Okay.
And then, believe it or not, the other one, which is kind of funny, I was in a grocery store one day and I saw a mom kind of struggling with their child. And I was going down the aisle and I walked past the parent, just kind of looking, but went about my business, went into the next aisle and I saw that parent again, still kind of struggling. But the little girl looked at me. And so I waved, I was like, hi. And the little girl stopped, just giving mommy a hard time. And she looked at me and she said, Mommy, she waved at me, which I'm totally fine with because, stranger danger. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. And so her mom said, Well, you can say hi. She said hi to you. And so that's what sparked the conversation.
Oh, wow. I love that.
And so I did a soft approach
Mm-hmm.
because, I could tell the mom was already flustered and I didn't want to seem come off like another adult coming over to me like trying to tell me what to do with my child
Totally. Yeah.
because I know how I would feel.
Mm-hmm.
But once the little girl and myself connected eye to eye, that's when I hi, and
Love
then
that.
she connected with her mom, and I proceeded to tell her, "Oh, she's so pretty. I see. She's giving a hard time. I'm sure she keeps you busy." And so the mom opened up a little bit more. I guess she felt comfortable and said, Well, how old is she? And she told me she's 3.5. And I said, Oh, wow. I said, Well, let me tell you this. I have this wonderful summer camp that is starting pretty soon. I would be more than willing and so happy to have her in my summer camp. It's Monday through Thursday. And I went through all of the details. And she said, My gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I would be so grateful just for a couple hours a day. And I said,
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is only 10 to 2, Monday through Thursday. Would that be helpful? She said, That would be more than helpful. I would be able to get so much done around the house. So I gave her one of my flyers and I said, My phone number is at the bottom. My email address is there. Please reach out to me. Any questions that you have, we could get on a video chat. We can get on the phone, email, reach out to me, let me know. I will walk you through everything, but I will be more than happy to assist you. And so that's how I actually found my last student.
Wow, that's a new one. Picking them up in the grocery store. I love that. So how would you market your summer program? What do you like, what niche would you fit into since you're moving around to uh different places?
So how I really classify it is because I'm just opening up two new offerings for this summer program that I didn't offer last summer, which is the gross motor component. And this year I'm opening up STEM. I'm
Okay.
doing STEM and STEAM lessons. So I would more so say local summer camp with STEM related and gross motor components. And I say STEM, even though I'm adding the art component in there, art goes in with everything. So I don't really need to say STEAM
Hmm.
because art is just so basic. But I say STEM because I'm introducing coding
Okay.
to my children. Mind you, my children are 3 through 5.
Hmm.
And a lot of people think that coding cannot be done with a 3 through 5 year old.
Hmm.
And that's not absolutely correct. I mean, just basic directions is coded.
Hmm.
Um, so that's exactly how I would kind of market it with
Awesome.
local preschool with STEM and gross motor components.
Cool. So how has being part of the preschool all stars helped you figure out your program?
Preschool All Stars is amazing. I don't think there's enough words in a dictionary to adequately um, talk about Preschool All Stars. It's just amazing because the sisterhood that's in Preschool All Stars is just one of a kind. The assistance, the on time help, no matter if it's day, noon, or night, you ask a question, and probably within an hour, sometimes less, you'll have an answer because we have sisters that are all around the world. So no matter when you ask, somebody's always bounded to be awake to
Hmm.
be in the group to answer your question. And then with that being said, the All Stars team, preschool system team, is just amazing because there's always someone answering questions. When you think that they don't have enough to do, there's always someone there to say, hey, this is what you need to do. Or, hey, you could jump on Tech Tuesday with Beth, or Saturday class with Cherise, or hey, get on Monday motivation with Joy, or a couple of the other classes with the other ladies. It's just amazing. Having the book in addition as your foundation is like no other because the book talks about a lot. And without the book, I really don't think I really would have been motivated. That was the first step to really motivate me to tell me, oh, sure, you can do this. It's not really as hard as you think it is.
Hmm.
Um, you could do it even if you don't have a building, you could do it online. Even if you don't have a whole room to dedicate, you could do it in one little room or on one wall or on a collapsible board
Hmm.
or on one collapsible board. Sorry. Um, but where there's a way, there's a will. And where there's a will, there's a way. There's no right or wrong way to do it. The only way to do it is to do it.
Just do
And
it.
that's what I would say to the women also that are kind of contemplating, that are also on the fence about, well, should I do it or should I not? I say go for it. Um, there may be some trying times. There may be some times where, hey, I don't have any signups. There may be some times where you want to give up because you're just not getting the answers or the support. whether it's from family, whether it's from your job that you're at, that you may be thinking about leaving. But I would say just walk in God's favor and believe that you can do it, because this is my second year and I have seen nothing but progress. And I continue to do it because I know there's no other way to do it but to go up.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So is your end goal to quit the district and make this full time?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And I think you'll get there. You will get there. Well, thank you so much, Sherrell, for telling your story. And I wish you all the best of luck in making that goal come true.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate this interview and the time well spent.
Of course. Yes, yes. You have a great summer program.
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to have a success story just like that one, I invite you to join our Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.